show coming from the RAC store. With this back in the Mac in the back flow. Let's go, chillin' with raccoons by the back door. Take calls so you can stake more. All I wanna do is making dough, right? But I found this crew and doing alright. We RAC will bitch, ready to fight. So many raccoons ready for the boss life. I might fly high like a kite, right? But always ready for a shite for the right price. Raccoon supply has the right price. Giving you respect if it's likewise. So I'm buying all the mean guys with the clean heart. Read between lies, laser beam through lean eyes. Warrior with clean lies, trash mouth, mean smile, be wise. NFT wise, fuck with these guys. It's the RAC rap from the back lab. 100 NFTs in my backpack. Crazy RAC rap from the stash app. RAC will take a lead in this haystack. It's the RAC rap from the back lab.
Good morning, RAC FM. It's 0800 EST, and what does the O stand for? Oh my god, we've got a Degen fucking Masterclass tonight with DeFi Degen and Sencom from Migaloo fame and White Whale guys, right? So it's Friday the 17th of March 2023, and this is your daily Cosmos Crypto US of A breakfast show with your host, Robo of Rockville, and your favourite pundits. But tonight we have got Bruceman here on the panel. His first Friday show. Finn, we're having a bit of difficulty with. Like I said, B-Bands is away, and there's other dramas going on. Anyway, guys, Degen Masterclass, what's that mean? Well, listen, I've been fucking out at like DeFi pretty much for nearly 12 months, man, and it's fucking lucrative. It's back to being like super lucrative, and I've been listening to some spaces, and I'm like, hey, I need to get back in the game. What am I missing out on? What have I? Because I've spent the last 12 months fucking flipping NFTs and shit, right? And pissing around, like doing fucking spaces and that. I need to get back into it. And I think, what spaces, what shows can we put on? Well, kind of stuff I would want to fucking like listen to myself. And I'll probably go back to recording and listen and like learn, you know. So without further ado, let me say hello to Brucey, lad. Hello, Bruce. Thanks for coming in. First show.
Thank you, Robo, man. Always a pleasure. And I just appreciate the invite to always, I'm grateful to be able to talk to gigabrains like these two.
Yeah, well, I've been hearing as well, people's impressed with your nice, soothing, calming attitude on the Tuesday and Thursday nights, you know, from the madness that I bring to the show, right?
It's the yin and yang, bro.
I know.
I'm the boxers to your Winston.
That's why I need me wingman up, you know. It's I'm missing Finn, man. We missed him last week with Frey. And he, you know, he's an intelligent guy. Finney would have given him a good run for his money, right? But yeah, dude, congratulations. And what a show you're going to have. Oh, Jacob, remember, it's the Friday night, dude. It's a closed mic. Let us get the DeFi Degen shit out of the way, then we'll open things up, right? Dude, Monday night, you've got the Randomness Summit with Moltres, our dev, and NOIS Network, right? Who's bringing their randomness to Juno. I kind get an API 3. I'll keep trying up until the day, but that should be a killer show, yeah? You're looking forward to that? That's your first, like, real big one, yeah?
Absolutely, man. I have some stuff lined up. I'm going to do some research, and I'm going to do my very, very best. And then I love being on air with Mol, man. He has also a gigabrain that is super duper random. So I really like that. So I'm just so honored to be in company with such wonderful people.
You kick in with the leading questions, and then bang, Mol's in there with the probes, you know, bang, bang. And then, it's good night VNR. I can't wait for that show. Like, if anyone's listening in, Monday, 8 a.m. EST, same time, right? It'll be an absolute banger. It's going to be, I'm really, really intrigued to learn more about, I mean, you cannot say pure randomness. I think Mol always says, like, there's no such thing as that, right? But as close as you can get. But in these deterministic, like, environments of blockchain, I'm fascinated just to sit and learn more, and especially Mol to go to town. Let's see anyway. Right, well, welcome our guests. So first up, he needs no introduction. DeFi Degen, one of the original Degens. I've been popping over to his spaces for quite a while now. Sitting back as a listener, really enjoying myself, guys. If you're having a sleepless night over in the States, I highly recommend that you pop over and tune in to him, Salturian, JK, a few other people, right? To really, it's a nice little good, like, relaxing, like, listen, you know, be prepared to hear about Alice baking cakes and all sorts of shit, right? But welcome, Don, to the show, brother. How you doing, mate? You all right? Have you had much sleep?
Yeah, no, I'm doing good. I'm making some pretty fucking solid plays in the DeFi space. Oh, should I not swear?
Oh, dude, come on, it's us, man. We got like demonetized in the first 5 minutes of the first show, bro. It's game over for us already. We've got like 70 episodes of me calling people pleb cunts, like basically, like, dude, on all platforms. It's amazing.
No, yeah,
I'm still wondering why
like
you're not banned yet. It's like the smelliest Twitter spice I've ever attended.
Well, I did get banned, but that was like for threatening to slap someone who like slapped a little dude. So I was like, right. I went off it and I got banned for that. Like, and then I got banned for the bad kids stuff. Like when I went overboard, like loads of people reported me and they banned me for fucking 7 days for that. When we had the wake for the funeral and that for Jay Cartnell, that was crazy. That like one of the maddest weekends of my fucking life, I'll tell you. Oh, take devices off Robo after midnight. You know, I'm like a fucking gremlin on this spaces, man. John, we're going to be getting into all that stuff. I can't wait to hear your cute little cat in the background. So I want to say a warm welcome, guys, to one of the hardest working devs, I think, out there. What I've seen, like Sen gone, honestly, this guy doesn't fucking stop. Dude, when do you sleep? Come on.
I don't sleep.
Jeez.
I just work faster. Sleep faster, work faster.
I feel like I've got like rigor mortis when I'm following you, like.
First of all, thanks for everybody for waiting for me. So I was, having some nice lunch. No insects allowed. So I'm feeling, refreshed and powered now. So let's fucking go.
Good man. Well, you know what, we're here to talk. I mean, we're pure just chat like shit all night. I mean, we tried to have a format or something, like kind of like the first week, and it just fell on the wayside. And then we got much better reactions, like people just coming on, right? This is a show where I can go off it. I'd say what the fuck I like. And we've had some blinding shows recently. We had Dead Right Dove on. We had Ryan the Lion on. We had Joseph from Pegasus and Swift, and that was hilarious. We had Frey the Needlecast, the validator from Juno and others last week, which was really fucking interesting. And then we had Tammy from the RAC gang, the investigator, two weeks ago. So these are like little fanboy, kind of nights that we have, where it's like, these are the people we want to hang with and chill with, talk shit, but also like find out, a little bit about you guys for maybe the people that don't know, So, I mean, Ten, obviously you're part of the White Whale team who basically built Migaloo as well, right? So you got the new chain up and running. How's things going, dude? I see you producing blocks. I was having a look.
Yeah, so we're producing blocks. Jacob is also here in the call from Notional. And really, I need to give credit where it's due. So when we started, laying out the plans for the chain, we got Notional on board to support us. And really, Notional they're insane. They're like, all over it, working day and night on it. And yeah, chain is looking good. And we're integrating Alliance very fucking soon, maybe today, maybe tomorrow. And then, all bets are off.
Oh, did you hear that? Did you hear that? We're going to have a little celebration for that. That all bets are off. So I'm just checking, Sen, right? I mean, I have caught you on other interviews, and I know you've done loads, and people always ask the questions, tell us a little bit about yourself and all this that bullshit. We're not going to do that. But you're the CTO, the tech lead, right?
Yeah, exactly. So a little bit background about myself. So I'm from Germany. I am, computer scientist by academics, kind of nerdy. Worked in AI, but, I wanted to make some money. So I started, investing in crypto. Then I lost it all. And then I thought, hey, that's so much fun. And I don't know, I quit my job. And now I'm full-time crypto for, a long time now.
So you define...
Yeah?
Do you define the word Degen, would you say? Like Degen by name, Degen by fucking nature. That's what you essentially are, right?
Yeah, by heart, yes. In the heart, I am. So that's how I went, kind of into the space. But obviously, I stayed for the tech, stayed for the vision, and I'm still working here for the people. And that's why I'm here right now. So joined White Whale, I think 1.5 years ago as a, guy who wrote trading bots for them. But then, Terra Classic collapsed. And then, we came up with a new model. And I became the CTO, and since then I'm leading the efforts on the technical side of the team.
Can I ask? Is that have the ticker whale?
Sure.
No, does it? I'm asking because I claim some whale tokens. I'm not even sure what they are.
Yeah, if you claimed them, that's probably white whale from us.
Solid.
Actually, that's a good comment. I've got some little, not airdrop alpha. Most of you should know this, but if you don't, guys, right? And I found like a couple of airdrops today I didn't even know I had. But if you notice, DAO, if you go on and you go to like the me section with your like Juno wallet, and obviously you've got multiple wallets that's been like hot and cold, you go through them and check them, and it'll just like bring up all your balances. And today I was like, fucking hell. And it's because I hadn't added the contract into, like, I didn't even know that I had like Signal on one of the wallets, must be from like ages ago or whatever. But there was like shitloads there that like I hadn't even took, like Joe and fucking Spitter's tokens in there as well. Has anybody noticed Spitter's token in there as well? Bets or whatever it's called with a Z, BETZ, no?
Yeah, BETZ.
Yeah, but it's a really good way just to be able to check your CW 20 airdrops like really like quickly and easily,
Wait, are you using something other than Juno.tools?
Well, dude, these I hadn't even seen them on Juno.tools. I didn't know about it. Maybe there was an expiry on it or something. I don't know, but I've never seen Signal on there or Joe on there. I mean, Signal did it themselves, I think, through Token Factory, didn't it?
So where are you claiming these?
It's just if you go to DAO and then on the drop-down menu on the left-hand side, like DAO. And then it'll say like me, and you just click in, and if you go through like all of your Juno wallets. But the thing is, like, I mean, this is really for CW20s, isn't it? Like what it's going to show up, yeah.
I think you need to register your airdrop with DAO and stuff. And our airdrop, it's our own contract because we had to send over, because, Whale is not a CW20 contract. It's a chain. So we had to send the fucking whale over and airdrop it there.
Yeah, correct. Was it a nightmare, was it? Trying to airdrop all these chains, or was it easy?
If you're a technical nerd, like, the guys on our team, it's easy. But if you're not, it's hell.
Oh, I like that. Modest as well as smart, eh?
No, man, this is, this sucks. Actually, it should be easy for everybody. So that's why we're building this interchain kind of stuff to make it easy for everybody. I mean,
there's a question I really wanted to know that was quite bugging me for a while, right? Was, do you wish, you guys, I know you did the Migaloo chain in like 3 weeks. Do you wish, though, that you'd made the move earlier when you look at like Kujira and you think, fuck, if we just done it like then when they did, look what we would have like set up by now and that, right?
No, probably not. So our idea was always build first and then get a token. And that's what we're trying to do. So we first built our protocol, the White Whale DEX, live on 5 chains and the flash loans and the bots and all that stuff. And then we thought, now we got something to show. Now we can create a token and create a chain.
So that's an interesting one. Were you the main fella behind the flash loans? Because from what I gather, and I'm not that intelligent when it comes to like the real techie stuff, right? I like basics, a layman's version or whatever, but I do kind of like understand it and I'll explain some stuff, right? That's pretty much like as fucking Degen-y as it gets, right? How did you get into that? I mean, was it you behind these flash loan bots or what? Were you the guy behind it?
Back in the days on Terra Classic, I used to build the flash loan bots, but now, with the new protocol, I'm not building them anymore. I'm more, like creating the tokenomics, managing projects. That's more my role right now. But the flash loans, they're really, I mean, you guys witnessed it firsthand. I mean, your protocol got exploited by our flash loans on Chihuahua, I think. So that's kind of nasty. So it's very powerful. I mean, imagine you can get unlimited money for a single transaction. You can do whatever you like with it. But it's also, you can do both in good and bad.
Bro, when I found out about like the NFT minting, how like you could essentially, when you mint, right, but you would be able to like view it, or at least like view its like metadata or the rarity in a bot, and then like decide if you wanted to actually mint it or not within the same block, right? This is what the dev was explaining to me. This is like proper Degen stuff, that like, isn't it? technical Degen stuff, though, right?
Yeah, that's technical Degen stuff. Yeah, and it's also kind of nasty. It's not like the gentleman's work.
So did you just decide, right, we're going to build a chain like for our products instead of worrying about like putting our products? Well, it's actually it's a wise thing that you've got your products all over anyway, isn't it? Before you built your own chain, right? But did you essentially just build a chain like for your particular products?
Yeah. So our chain is a permissionless chain. So in that sense, it's on the same level as Terra or Juno or Chihuahua on that matter. But and everybody is invited to build on Megal. It's a permissionless chain. But really, the focus is we have a product, this white whale protocol, and that's the flagship application of the chain. And we're actively looking for people to build around it. So that's the idea. And some people ask, hey, why didn't you do a permissionless chain? And the answer is permissionless chains suck because it's a nightmare for everybody, for builders to get their apps live there and maintain them. So yeah, we made it permissionless.
Oh yes, I saw the little sneaky little raccoons over there throwing some dice or something. Yeah, was it yesterday? Sneaky little raccoons up the Megalodrian pipe there. I saw that.
Yeah, let's talk about that. So what's happening there? Are you telling me I can gamble away all my whale airdrop? Is that true? Because that's really dangerous, man. I have
You might get some free spins if you do. Or the NFT jackpot.
Oh,
Raw. As soon as we heard permissionless, it was like ding ding. Like it's the same with like Archway. Like Raccoon just needs as many outposts everywhere, don't they? I mean, every permissionless chain needs a RAC casino.
Hey, Sen, what do you think about Kava?
not much. To be frank.
Fair enough.
I know Kava is like this EVM stuff, and I always feel kind of weird if you build an EVM chain in the Cosmos. I mean, why are you not using Ethereum rollups like Arbitrum? I mean, it's freaking fast.
Yeah, I think it's just access to more liquidity, right?
Yeah. So I don't know.
Yeah, I just wanted your take on that.
Carver is an interesting one, and we're going to do a show, a special on that with a couple of people probably next week, because I mean, I know what Don's been doing over there, and I've been talking to Brian and stuff, and Bruce knows about this as well, right? Because they got the biz dev contract for it, right? The funding. It's such a weird scenario that they've got going on with their like validators, how they're basically like helpless and trapped. And a lot of them like lost money or down bad or whatever, and they cannot do anything because it's all kind of centralized, whatever. The governance and foundation delegations and all of this sort of shit like that. On the validator side, it's as crooked as it is. It's like Todd from Blockchain and that was saying, he just kind of get out of it, like, or he will be like downright ridiculous. But then on the other hand, you'll see like what Brian's done with the kind of biz dev work, fucking, and it's pumping. I mean, the couple of applications they've got going on over there, man, they're going fucking crazy. Since Don told me about them, even before Brian, I was like, all right, okay. And then when we spoke to Brian about doing some sponsorship work with them in promotions, that's when he mentioned, he's like, all right, go and keep your eye on these. And I'm like, fucking Don just mentioned these other week. And they're just printing bills for fucking days, Don, right?
Yeah, weekly right now, I'm earning $1,300.
Oh my God.
Yeah, the second day Mare and Vera launched, I believe it was the second or third day, they both went up 250%. So, yeah, it's crazy.
I remember that.
I was in the LGE as well. So, as soon as it launched and I was able to claim, I had already 4x my initial investment. And now that you're just earning insane APYs to lend and borrow. So I just lend, borrow, lend, right? So I kind of leverage it a little bit.
Well,
it's pumping out crazy rewards.
That's something that we're going to come to, because I've got some really kind of good questions for you two guys, right? This is the crack night, right? This is the first time we've done something like this, like DeFi based. We've been doing NFT shit, blah, blah. But I'm like, right, okay, we need to sort this out. We need to get a little bit more educated if we're falling behind a bit, right? So, Don, when would you say, dude, like, did you first become like a Degen, or like before crypto, were you in other like sort of shit trading or whatever it was? Like, have you always had this like streak in you, or like did you get wrecked and then you made a comeback? How did you end up with a name for DeFi Don anyway?
Right. So DeFi is a new thing. DeFi started in 2019. That's when like Aave came out and Compound came out. So it's really a new thing. And there was a phase that was called DeFi Summer, and it was right before the pandemic bull market, a couple of months prior. It was DeFi Summer, and all of the it was yield farming with like thousands of percent APYs and shit. Like people were just learning the models of the APY and what you do with it. So yeah, it was basically like, I want to say maybe 3-4 months of just everything pumping super hard and everyone earning these super crazy yields. And literally just in one day, all of a sudden the bull market just fucking, or it wasn't a bull market yet, but their portfolio was cut in half overnight. So yeah, literally I had $12,000 in that portfolio. Woke up the next morning to 6,000, and then like everything just went sideways until like the real bull market kicked off. But like that's where it started, because what it was is I saw programmable money. That's what it was, right? The way you can actually incentivize people with a smart contract and put different attributes into the way everything flows. It was just fascinating. Yeah.
Once you're in, you never go back down, right? Once you're in, there's no going back. Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. It just consumed all of my time because I just wanted to learn more and more and more. And yeah, so I just went down a huge rabbit hole, never turned back. And it was the best decision of my life to just do just crypto, honestly.
How long have you been just like doing crypto, kind of like full time or whatever?
About 3.5 years.
Wow. Fucking hell. And you'd never go back, right? I bet you wouldn't.
No way. Changed my life, literally.
I love that though, programmable money, man. That's what all the fucking talks about, no matter how much they try to talk about Bitcoin. Aye.
Yeah. I just love how you're actually in control of your money too. Like, yeah, because the bank is like, so I was got wrapped up in the Celsius thing, and like the banks are just like Celsius. They don't have your assets, right? So that's also what I love about DeFi, because when all of CeFi was collapsing, going into Chapter 11 bankruptcy, DeFi just fucking absorbed it and didn't even blink an eye.
This is something I really wanted to ask you, if you don't mind. I hope it's not like too personal, right? But when I listen to you on the Spaces, I'm like this guy doesn't sound like the kind of guy that would have give his money to Celsius. Like, what was it like? Like, you're the last person I would have thought would have give fucking any like custodial your money, right? Even if it was only a little bit. No, I think you sound always like the guy that takes like care of his own shit, you know. But yeah, man, what made you like even like get involved in Celsius? Just yields, right?
Yeah, no, you're right. Like when I look back on it, I don't even know why I was on Celsius, because the whole reason I got into crypto was to be self-sovereign, right? So, but yeah, no, it was what it was is I didn't want to lock up my ETH, and they had a really high ETH yield, and also they gave us 5% on Bitcoin. So, yeah, you couldn't get that anywhere else. So, and everyone like literally thought it was the safest platform in terms of CeFi. Ended up being not the safest at all. It was the worst.
Oh, bro, some of those influencers, man, have got a lot to answer for right across the mall. I mean, Pomp and like, was it BlockFi, Tony Gianni and Voyager? Like, how fucking quiet did some of those go when it all fucking crashed, right?
Dude, yeah, no, it's all super crazy, dude. Yeah, like Alex Mashinsky, Celsius never turned a profit. Literally, they never turned a profit. This was stated in the examiner's report. Literally, what he would do is he would take customers' funds. One, he was taking customers' funds to pay other people out that were withdrawing. Also, he was taking it to buy the Stealth token to pump the price to make it an illusion the company was doing well.
How he's not going to fail with a pyramid scheme like that, I don't know. That's a fucking pyramid scheme, man. Simple fact of life.
It is. Like, the examiner report was crazy, dude.
Do you think he'll go to jail or not? No.
Do I what?
Do you think he'll go to jail or not?
It's hard to say.
Are they after him for securities fraud, are they, or not? I don't follow it that much.
Well, so the New York what do you call it? The state
Southern District
state lawyer, right? Yeah.
Oh, the attorney.
Right. He sued Mashinsky for fraud. I'm pretty sure he won too, but I don't know what that doesn't affect our case. I don't like it, supposedly.
Have they given you a timeline or not?
New York Attorney General. That's what I was thinking of. What?
Oh, the Attorney General,
like when we might get our funds back?
Yeah.
Well, first of all, we're definitely getting a huge haircut. We're probably going to get 50% on the dollar. But no, like we thought it would be getting close to being over by now, but we're still in like the bidding process where this company Nova Wolf is trying to buy us out, and they're giving us a shit deal, and they're putting like crazy things in the plan, like the contract, like stating like if you vote no for the plan and they still get it, you get less back than if you were to vote yes. It's so crazy.
That's piracy, that, right? That's modern day piracy.
It's litigated extortion. It's crazy.
Wow, that's insane. Right, so there's a couple of questions. Sen, you know, I want to take you back, not take you back to your Degen days, right? But obviously, like, you're working for a project, right? Quite high level in that now. But dude, tell us, plebs, because this question's coming to you and Don, right there, Sen. Tell me, how would you go about, like, back in the day, like, looking for your Degen strategies? Are these kind of things mostly word of mouth or like chat rooms? Is it just like searching through mediums and Twitter? I mean, Sen, where do people go if they're not really, maybe they're, you know, flipping NFTs, they want to branch out a little bit, or they're just stakers, but they're thinking, come on, we're pumping, I might have some Degen play. Where do you start, Sen? Where's some good advice to become a little DeFi Degen?
I probably shouldn't say this, but you guys know 4chan? They got a nice business and finance board, and they give great financial advice. Not financial advice by me, but you know, it certainly helped me. That's the way to start things. Another way, so I was clicking, literally, I opened up CoinMarketCap, and I literally clicked through the first, I don't know, 200 or 300 tokens one by one, and just checked out everything. It was, you know, a week-long process. And then I think it was, you know, self-runner. It just went going and bam, bam, bam.
Did you have any, when you looked on like CoinMarketCap or Gecko, did you have any metrics, like sort of like, oh, okay, under 5 million market cap, or, you know, must be at a certain FDV, or was there any like metrics that you would use before you would go further into projects?
So back in the Degen days, I was just looking, all right, what's the pumpermentals? Does it have some, you know, Ponzi vibes to it? You know, do you guys know Fortis on Juno?
Oh,
that was triple A. Oh my God. That was so much fun. I
Bro.
literally know guys who invested in this shit. I think it was like $7. Oh my god, that was fun.
Dude. We had so much fun on there, man. I cannot believe the raccoons just absolutely plundered that entire thing. We were like literally like the first people with G-Fot stake, man. Dude, we went mental. But you know what, though? Some of us fucked up. Like Rama sent out a little warning, like don't forget to unstate your tokens before the 48-hour cutoff, the G-Fot. And bro, my G-Fot at one time was worth like a small fortune. But even though that ended up being nothing in the long run, what we got out in the B-Fot and cashing out. I mean, at first I was like, what strategy are we doing? Like first 48 hours, first couple of epochs was like stake off, sell off, and then dude, it kept going up like $5-6, and it's like what? And then it's like right, dump the lot every day. Fuck, it was printing for days. That shit, man, it was unbelievable. That's the best play I've ever had, like in DeFi.
I think one of the maybe second best plays was maybe staking Juno and getting the Nita airdrop. That was a shit show. Oh my god! I think this was the first airdrop on Juno, and everybody was screaming 100k per Nita, and I think it pumped up to 30k per. Oh no, yeah, 30k for the whole airdrop.
It reached 3.3k. Yeah, three in the K.
That's 40k for the stupid airdrop.
Yeah.
And oh my god.
Bro, I know someone, man, listen to this. Right at the time, right at the crucial time, do you know what they did? Instead of like redelegating or whatever, like the undelegated, like by mistake and missed the drop.
Thanks for playing.
That was right back in the early days when they were really like new to the whole thing. This person's like really like pumping like these days, right? Very, very clever, astute guy. But man, that Netter airdrop, man, to lose that would have been like, oh, I wouldn't have slept for fucking weeks.
I can imagine. But I'm gonna be frank with you. So my risk appetite has, it's come down. I got a girl, got a wedding to pay. You need to take it a notch down, like when you're single. But back in the days, this was crazy. But I'm not gonna lie. If there's like a really, really good, Ponzi launching somewhere, that would be fun. Like Fortis again.
Yeah, he's tried to like have a relaunch, and it's a bit flat, isn't it? It's a bit like nothing.
Yeah,
like
but he also lives in Turkey, right? So I think the earthquake and everything like kind of took the speed out of the project. But like sitting here and listening to all of your amazing DJ plays, man, I missed all of them. Like every single one of the plays you've been talking about, I missed them. And I'm singles income, so I'm starting to think, okay, should I move back into with my parents and then just like go all in with my paycheck?
Yeah, man.
Just play it.
That's really the patrician way to do it in the 21st century.
And Sen, have you been playing around on other sort of these L2s and stuff like Arbitrum and stuff? Have you been in Optimism? Have you been over there having a smell around on some of the dexters or whatever?
I was, but I didn't get the airdrop. I am devastated. Looking at the IOU, like at $9 right now, and everybody printing 5 figures. My day is ruined.
Oh dear. Well, I think you missed Don at the beginning. Don, did you say you got a nice healthy airdrop or something? What was it worth?
18,000.
Oh.
Yeah,
I am devastated. I need to look up. I think there are a couple of more layer 2s like Starknet. So I'm gonna waste some gas fees on them. Gotta learn from my mistakes. That won't happen again for me.
Yeah, well,
the Arbitrum one. I mean the Optimism one too.
Yeah.
On Starknet, gonna do like isn't that from Startware, right? Aren't they gonna do like the rewards for the people who've been like testing out stuff? I saw ages ago. I saw the YouTube videos that were doing like the tutorial stuff, right? And I believe if you like done some of the tutorial testing things or whatever, like created stuff, they're in for nice airdrops, right? Guys, very quickly before we ask Don about his favorite strategies, I've got a big announcement. It is minted. Obviously, it's all governance on the DAO, so I do have to put a prop A15 up. So Ambedo, thank you for voting on your pick. Congratulations. So Sen, you kind of saw the prop what we put up today. The prop is mint exclusive one-on-one Migaloo NFT by Ambedo, and you guys can obviously see it in the collection. So I'm going to put a prop up then, Sen, to send it. Sorry, my microphone fell over. To send it to your validator address, right? And then you'll be able to view it on MintScan, right?
Yeah, let's fucking do this.
This is our little like gift to you, dude. You know, this is our little like welcome to the RAC FM family.
Thank you very much. I'm delighted and grateful to have this. I saw the artwork, and you guys are really crushing it with the artwork. You know, it looks really, really high quality shit.
Oh, dude,
all credit for the artwork goes to Ambedo and Brasco, man. Those guys are working relentless, and they both have like fiat minds they have to attend to.
Yeah, I think Brasco's in this call here. So yeah, thanks, man. Looks insane.
Yeah. Because Ambedo, Ambedo's the artist behind this one. He does like the one-off cartoon specials and stuff, right? But guys, listen, I think this is about the 5th, 6th, or even 7th edit, right? He's like, I'm not happy yet. I want to work on the water. And what he's actually produced, we have had to reduce the image, but the actual original one, Sen, maybe if you want to like print it out for your office or something, right? The original one, dude, is huge. I can send you that on Discord, no problem, yeah. Look lovely in a little frame or something. But man, this kid went off like researching like Migaloo wheels. He's come back. He's like, oh, it's like this albino, but da-da-da. He's like, right, what about Don? And like just sniffing around for ideas, and then he just comes back with something like that. Yeah, I mean, Sen, to me, these things are priceless. You can't get these things like anywhere else, kind of thing. Do you know what I mean?
Totally. And I'm wondering, you know, now that the whole RAC FM family is here, so on Migaloo, we're building, or Backbone Labs to be precise, is building an NFT marketplace. Is that something interesting for you?
Well, bro, I did have quite a lengthy call with JG the other day. And honestly, when I came off, man, I was just so pumped for what they're doing. And for that guy himself, like, he's just insane. His energy is infectious. Like, and he's like, I understand now when you talk to him on a call one-on-one, man. I know what Bonzi was saying about, like, you know, he's a go-getter, blah, blah, blah. His energy is insane, like I say. But yeah, it was very, very interesting. And I mean, obviously, the RACs are building the NFT marketplace on Huahua, and I saw that was one of them on the list. But I did see Migaloo was on there, Juno was on there, and is there another one as well? Migaloo and Huahua, right? Was there 4? They're building on 4 to start, right? So they're building the Gravedigger, or they've got the Gravedigger deployed, but then they're going to build an NFT marketplace as well, right? And you're going to be able to stake
exactly.
them.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. The model is pretty cool. So you got these NFTs, and they earn revenue from the liquid staking protocol, the Gravediggers, and then the NFT collection controls like the distribution of the stake and stuff. So that's really neat.
It is. It's an interesting setup they've got. I think, you know, I might have to speak to JG and see if he wants to like come on and do like a proper show and talk about it. But when we were talking on the phone the other day, I was like, dude, I'll be right behind this. I mean, he said how we'll be able to create revenue, you know. But RACs is going to be looking at this because they're going to be interested in what people are doing on marketplaces and that, and they're going to be sniffing all over it, you know. Just tell them to go to Huahua last, you know. Huahua doesn't need a marketplace just yet, then, you know.
You tell him. You know,
we need a front run. We need a front run of like 3 months, you know. Well, Juno hasn't got the best marketplaces. We've all been complaining. I mean, he sounds like they can deploy pretty quickly, but yeah, Gravedigger, Barebones, RAC FM, big fans, big supporters. We love them. Right, Brucey, do me a favour. You're going to find out about DeFi Don's trading strategies while I listen in and get this prop up, right, while we're online, yeah?
I'll do that.
I want to get a pass live and send it to Sen's wallet so I can see it on MintScan. Go on then, take over.
I will.
I have a question for you guys. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, come on. Go ahead before we go to DeFi Don.
I was just wondering, do you guys think the money printer is back on or not?
Man, I don't know. I'm the wrong guy to ask, man. I never took advantage of any money printer. So if it's on, man, I wouldn't notice.
I don't think it is.
You will. You don't, Don?
I don't. No.
You think the Fed gonna crash the banks and just, leave it in shambles?
No, I don't think it's as bad as it's being made out to be. I think they're gonna. I would guess they're gonna raise 25 basis points when they do it. But I think it's like been priced in. Honestly, like the market's obviously not caring, and they printed close to $10 trillion in 1 year. They didn't spend all of that. They like a lot of that's just sitting somewhere. So if they were going to get money anywhere, I don't think they'd need to print it right now. And if they did, it'd be unnecessary. Like,
so you think they're gonna crash the banks and crash the banks, raise or say bail them out at the same time and raise the interest rates? That's gonna be a fucking firework, man.
Right. But this is the thing. This is why Bitcoin's actually proving that it can do what it's supposed to do. People are actually going into Bitcoin because they don't trust the banks.
Yeah, and it's starting to become apparent that people are also leaving stable coins because everybody thought USDT is like the black sheep from Bitfinex, but it still works. But everybody thought, hey, USDC, that's like the safest shit out there, and then boom. And I'm gonna formulate it like this: like TradFi is a systemic risk for crypto. Like banks are fucking us.
No, yeah, and you that the night USDC was depegging that was incredible. Like I've never seen it go down to 88 cents like that.
Who had the balls to ARP this? Hands up. Who was ballsy enough in this audience?
Well, I got kind of lucky. I had a bunch of stables of LUSD, and it ended up going to 102. So like, I was actually safe. I mean, I had some USDC, but
So
go ahead.
Yeah, I'm just gonna cut you off. Yeah, Don, let's get into your trading strategy, man. So how is it going right now? What's hot?
I'm on Sunny and Mare right now. Yeah, I'm more of a I swing trade. I don't do like day trading and stuff like that. But yeah, I love the lending and borrowing protocols because you essentially get 3 APRs, right? You like say I lend out $1,000, I get 5% APY, and then I borrow $700, and that's another APY, and then I just take that borrow and I just lend it right back out to them, and I get a third APY. So now I'm earning. It's kind of like a leverage, you could say, and so now you're earning with more money and more yields, and you're not. If you also bring in a separate asset to be the backstop collateral, you can't get liquidated. So you're
Bro,
you're
how did you figure that out,
man? It's just from doing it over time. Yeah, it's a well-known strategy. So yeah, I don't remember. I just from playing with them, you realize you can do that. And if you're borrowing the same asset, you're not at risk of liquidation because there's no way of over appreciating compared to what you've lent out, your collateral. So yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty smart, man. That seems like a very safe degen play. Like, what could be the potential risk in this strategy?
Potential risk is if somehow the supply, like, it's almost like a run on the bank situation, I guess, right? So if there's nothing to, well, hold on, let me think about this.
Okay, do you need some time? Because I have a question for Sencom.
Yeah. Oh no. Yeah. So yeah, if you go to pay back what you supplied, in the but you can't. Oh no. Yeah. Give me a minute. I gotta look
No
at
worries.
this.
Yeah, awesome. So Sencom, just to backtrack a little bit, when you were talking about the flash loans and it wasn't a gentleman's tool, right, or a gentleman's game. So I was just wondering, like, what were your intention with building it? Was it just like to see what you could do, or?
Well, flash loans, we didn't invent this. So flash loans, they were invented on Ethereum, but we were the first to get them into the Cosmos. So we just, Ethereum is in Solidity and Cosmos is mostly in CosmWasm. So we were the first to get it to CosmWasm. And flash loans, they're like a really sharp kitchen knife. You can do good things with it, like chop your onions, make a tasty meal, but you can also do bad things with a kitchen knife, like cut your finger or kill somebody. And that's really all it's about. And if you want the greatest efficiency in your kitchen and make the tastiest meals, you need sharp knives. But you need to make sure that there's no psychopath in your kitchen who kills everybody. That's really all it is. And at the end of the day, flash loans, it's really nothing else but take whatever money you need, do whatever shit you need, and pay it back in the same transaction. That's all flash loans is. And then you have, smart contracts or protocols or apps that are exploitable. They have a bug in there. And then somebody can really exploit these bugs really easily because they don't even need any more money because the flash loan gives them any money they need. Like with the NFTs, you mint an NFT with a flash loan. That sucks. I'm going to revert that. I don't want it and try again until I get the rare, legendary premium NFT.
Yeah, it's a huge advantage, right? Compared to like all the retail users that have no idea of what they're doing and what tools are available.
Exactly. And then now it's, now whoever builds this NFT minting smart contracts, that's the guy who needs to make sure that it can't be exploited. So it's a safer, it builds a safer system for everybody.
Yeah, at least it motivates to start building a safer system. So, like, when we don't use our knives for cutting off our own fingers or whatever you could possibly do with it, and we use them for making a good, delicious meal, like, what potential do you think the flash loan have for good intentioned actions?
Yeah, a bunch of, and we and our dev community, we're using our flash loans to do good things. For example, one good thing is arbitrage. There's a whale fat fingering on TerraSwap, and now the price is completely off against the other dexes on Terra, like our dex, like Astroport. And then another user comes along and wants to trade, and he goes to TerraSwap and he gets a shit price, even though he could buy it much cheaper on our dex. And that's where arbitrage comes in. So that's essentially, buy low, sell high. And you take a flash loan, you buy low on Astroport or on TerraSwap, you move it over to White Whale, sell it high, and then you make some bank. The prices are stable again. Everybody's happy. Or another thing, flash loans, they're mostly used, or also a lot used, for lending protocols. So I don't know who it was, but somebody really eloquently put, I don't know what flash loans are doing, but they increase the efficiency of me getting liquidated. Great. And that's kind of the nutshell of it.
Awesome. Thanks, Income. So DeFi done. Do you have the numbers?
Yeah, I figured it out. So what would happen is if all the supplied assets were borrowed, if they're all borrowed, and you couldn't withdraw and give it back to them because of that, that's the only way. You would just have to wait until more of that asset was deposited so you could withdraw and pay back. That's what I was thinking.
Awesome, man.
But that's essentially a extremely low probability.
So yeah, almost risk-free is what you're saying.
Yeah.
So how much?
Go ahead.
Go ahead, Dan.
No, I was just gonna say, yeah, my borrow limit. It's like your health factor essentially. I just keep it around 60%. It has to get to 100% to liquidate you. So, yeah, and it doesn't move because I have stables backstopping it. So yeah, it's I'm over collateralized, earning super high yields right now.
I'm so happy for your success, bro.
Appreciate it. Yeah, and it's risk free. It's not like a liquidity pool where you can incur that impermanent loss, right? So,
Don, what do you think about self-repaying loans? Like you put in liquid staking derivative and you take a loan on the future yield and then you degen out with whatever you get, and then it also pays back without liquidation risk.
Wait, you borrow off the future yield?
Yeah.
So walk me through that real quick.
So you got a yield-bearing asset like a liquid staking token, and you deposit it into a lending protocol. But it's not a general purpose borrow and lending protocol, but you lend, you get a stablecoin back while lending, and it is borrowed against the future yield of the liquid staking token. So let's say you put in one ETH, one liquid stake ETH, and loan $100 against it. And then you got $100, you can move them around, but there's no liquidation risk for the ETH. And then it takes, I don't know, a year until you get your principal back, because that's the time it takes until the staking yield or the staking rewards of the ETH paid back the stable coin. Or you can just, close it earlier by redepositing whatever is outstanding.
Yeah, so Alchemist does that.
They do?
You ever heard of Alchemist? Yeah.
What do you think about that?
It's a great idea. It's genius, really.
Because I don't know. So it's not like you can loan against, like crazy ratios. It's more like for the risk, for the calm people like me. So probably it's not so much interesting for you. But I don't know. I think that's very interesting because you can get some free moving money without, getting too much risk.
So how do you turn up the yield on something like that? Because if you could do that and give a much higher yield, that would be super crazy. Obviously, it's not going to stay there forever, but what would you have to do?
To get what exactly?
A higher yield. Like what else could you implement in the protocol to leverage a higher yield?
I don't know. I mean, the yield must come from somewhere, and usually it's from people buying. So I don't know. So really sustainable tokenomic models are freaking hard. Ponzi's are easy. but actually doing an economic system, it's insanely hard.
Right. Could you like something like like every depositor, there's like a 1% slippage that goes back into everybody's rewards or something like that?
Yeah, I mean, something like this could work. I mean, at Whitewheel, we're also trying to do some real economic stuff, not like Ponzonomics. And damn, it took us so long to figure this out. There's so many moving pieces, and it's so hard to get real yield into your system. That's not
Right.
just, you inflate some token, and after a year, it sits at zero, whatever, and everybody left and is dumped on. It's freaking hard, man.
Yeah, that's the number one problem. Yeah.
It really is. We had a guest on for almost a week ago, I think. Eric Waisenen, Eric the Neck Waisenen, the tokenomics guy from Archway, and also one of the co-founders from Astrovault. And he goes to great lengths to like solve this problem, and that's also why he has like a pretty basic non-Wagami stance on the most of the Cosmos, because of this problem you're mentioning right now.
I'm telling you, so what do all Cosmos projects have in common? It's shitty tokenomics.
Exactly.
It really is. It's like, yeah, we got 1 trillion tokens here, and we're gonna hyperinflate it so everybody gets dumped on. That's like tokenomics 101 in the Cosmos.
Yeah, and also let's pair everything up to a DEX token, right? So we make sure that everything else goes down.
Yeah, that's also not I mean, it depends on which perspective you're looking from. From the DEX perspective, great, they're making bank, but everybody else kind of not.
Yeah, I guess you're right, but like if you build something and you are proud of what you're building, you want it to last, right? So like a DEX that is set up in this way probably not gonna last for very long. A year or two, maybe. I don't know, 3, 5.
Yeah, probably you're right. But different people have different intentions. I think that's something to keep in mind, especially in crypto.
Absolutely.
So guys, I am back. I'm going to have some good news in a second, but Finn just obviously can't come up tonight. He's having technical issues again, like a pleb. He did ask about, for Sen, about kinetic money that was on Terra pre-crash. Were you aware of those, guys?
Yeah, I was. And it's such a shame that nobody is picking up the work. It was like my favorite project on Terra. It was so cool. You could borrow against, so you could put in UST and borrow against the future anchor yield of UST and get more bucks out. So for example, you could build this around really any yield-bearing asset. You could, low-brainer is just do it with Mars. You put in some dollars in Mars and they get yield, obviously. And then you borrow against the future yield of your US dollar deposit in Mars and get more US dollar without any liquidation risks. It's fucking brilliant. And if nobody's picking it up, and I happen to find the time, I'm gonna continue this because this is like such a cool project.
Well, I mean, he did make some comments, and because he is a regular contributor / pundit panelist, he said he's not sure if they're still building or not. But it was like going to be like a really cool way.
No, they're not.
It was going to be like a cool way to buy like laptops and shit. Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Like, what is it? He says you just could take out the loan for the cost of the product, and then the smart contract handles return it back based on the yield.
Yes. So you were putting in UST, and the protocol put the UST into Anchor and got the 20% yield on it. And then you could loan against your dollar and get more dollars. And you could, in general, do this with any yield-bearing asset. And that's freaking cool.
Do you know, like, with these Degen players, though, like, what's your risk management, I'm wondering? I mean, Sen, I know you're a lot calmer these days, right? Don, for example, though, right? Like, so Don, you look at your net worth of your portfolio or whatever, and Like how do you manage your like kind of risk or whatever, dude? Have you got like percentages that you'll play with certain things? Have you got a percentage in stables all the time? Have you got dry powder put aside? How do you play it?
Yeah, I hedge in every way. Yeah, I always have stables, and I keep basically like 60% of my portfolio is Bitcoin and ETH, and then probably like good, yeah, maybe 20% is in like some couple blue chips like Aave and Curve and Convex and stuff like that, and then I'll go down the risk curve with 20% of my portfolio.
So like your proper bad Degen players, right? Well, I'm not saying bad, but like these crazy ones that being pumping ridiculous percentages. Like, do you say like, all right, well, I can afford like 5% of my portfolio, like just to be a fucking Degen with, or is it lower amounts or what?
No, so it depends. I'll up my position the more I get confident in the protocol, right? So I got Conic CNC, which is built from the Curve devs, at 60 cents. Yeah, it went up to $12. Currently sitting at like 6. So I got a 20x on that one.
Reason.
And then Sunny Finance. Sunny Finance I got at 2 cents. It went up to 42 cents at its peak. And it also it was giving insane APY when it came out. It was like 400% to stake Sunny. And then you get the high yield for the lending and borrowing I was just describing. And like I ended up being able to understand all of its like movements in terms of technical analysis, and it became super easy to swing trade. I literally, so once I knew its movements, I decided to put 10 grand in it, and 2 days later, it was sitting at double what I put in. So it was $9,000. Next morning, essentially, it was 17,000, and I pulled the 7.
Oh, very nice. That's one thing I was going to ask you. When it comes to like looking at your initial or whatever, or what you take out, what you're like willing to let ride, everybody has like different theories and stuff, right? Mm-hmm. What about yourself? Have you got like hard and fast rules, or do you just play it by ear?
Yes. So what I like to do is once I get a 2x, I'll take my initial out. So I'm playing risk free, and then from there I'll scale out of the position depending on how much the pump is, right? So if it pumps like 100%, I'll pull like 10% out, and I'll scale out like that.
So Don, this is something that always I love to ask people, right, who've had successful portfolios or whatever. As your portfolio is growing, right, when it monetary value, whatever, right, have you what about your tolerance for kind of risk? Like, the more your portfolio grows, is it like more capital like preservation is the number one thing, or do you find yourself like, well, I'm doing well, so I can be a little bit more risky,
It's both. It's both, really, yeah. But absolutely, yeah. The more money you get, the more you just want to conserve it and not put it at risk. Yeah,
I think everybody learned in his first bull bear cycle that making money is one thing, but keeping your money is another thing.
Yes, maintaining it, right? Exactly.
And I mean, not having a position, for half a year, that is a position, actually.
Right. Yeah, well said.
Fucking two words you never want to fucking hear is fucking unrealized gains, isn't it?
Well, I mean, is there anybody in the audience who didn't get totally wrecked at some point because he's a greedy asshole?
For me, I got wrecked on Anger, but not bloody put me money in it, but on the fucking token. oh man, I was shilling anchor as well, like as late as like April. I was like, oh, this and Thought Chain, these are two nice little plays now. Anchor was doing quite well and all, but then fucking hell. It wasn't that much, like about $3,500 or something on Anchor. Enough for me to care though.
Sencom, you just point at a top, and I bought that.
What did I do?
You can just point at any top in the whole wide world,
And
I bought that. Yeah, I bought it.
Yeah, my typical advice to new people is whatever you're doing, do the fucking opposite of it. If you think you're buying, sell everything.
No, it's so true. So 2 months ago, my buddy Michael in our Spaces in Celsius came into space, and he was just kind of saying, "Oh, crypto's dead. Nobody wants to touch it." Blah blah blah. And I literally said to him, I was like, Michael, you're a walking buy signal right now. And once I said that, I was like, I literally started entering positions, and it literally was the bottom. It was so amazing.
Let me think about another buy signal. I think it's parents asking about how is your crypto stack doing.
I actually had a conversation this morning with my mom about crypto, and she was like, she made the conversation about being young and being open, and like when she got older, her openness for new things became less and less and less, right? And then I looked at her and said, like, but what about fiat money and banks? Like, what is the history there? Are you open for that history to change, or do you think it's gonna repeat? And then she looked at me, I was like, yeah, that's not probably gonna change. And then we talked about how, debt money was created through debt and all that. But it's difficult, right? Also, like when you say it with the parents and everything, it's very, very new. And just to explain something as DeFi to somebody that has no idea what crypto is, man, good game, GG.
Yeah, no chances.
Like speaking another language.
I had to show
Absolutely.
my grandparents, if you're on an iPad and you hold the power button, the slider appears where you can, turn it off. And they were like, it's not turning off. It says turn off and nothing's happening. I'm like, Grandma, you have to slide it. Oh, well.
And you take the iPad down on the floor and slide it across the room.
Or there was another one. So the iPad wasn't some kind of with a keyboard, this hull and a keyboard attached to it, and the screen turned for some reason, so it was upside down. And she called like, oh Sencom, I can't work with my iPad. It's upside down. What do I do now? Good luck explaining crypto to anybody older than 30, I guess, unless they're like really technically inclined.
The best one I've heard ever was a grandma calling to her IP provider, internet provider, right? And she was so sad. And she said, I'm very, very sorry, but my husband deleted the internet. I don't know what to do. And it was just because he took the shortcut on the desktop and put it into the paper bin on the computer. And she literally thought he deleted the internet.
Hey, Robo, what got you into crypto?
Well, COVID, mate, losing my job, pretty much, and living in a foreign country with a wife and 5 dogs, like, and a Thai missus, not on like the most fantastic salary in the world. Like, I'm decent, like, for over here, but I'm not gonna lie around and be a bum, am I? Just literally, like, dude, my salary got taken away like overnight, like for like nearly best part of like 4.5 months or something. Didn't work from March until July. So I was just like, fuck it, come on, let's go. And I've just had a laugh along the way and become, like you lot, addicted. Degen in me on little way, But I had no choice. The weird thing is, Don, I've told this story before. The weird thing is, right, because I've been in Thailand 10 years, right? So when I used to work at this like weekend school, there'd be like 25, 30 teachers, right, from all over the world. It was one of the biggest in Bangkok. Above the British Council, we had like 3 floors or something in this massive tower, right? And I remember 2013, this kid, like he was this Scottish kid, and he's like, hey, he's not seeing this Bitcoin, he's not into this. And like, he was right into it. And he ended up losing his shirt on it because obviously he was new, you know, it was during the first bull cycle, wasn't it? And I just remember, my memory was him getting wrecked. He actually like left work and left Thailand, not after that, long after that, you know, split up his missus and everything. It's like apparently lost his shirt on it. And then there was this other kid, like 2017, and same school, same situation. And he was like, have you not seen all this, man? Like, it's going off, man. I've just made like this. And he's like making like loads of fucking money, like $1,800 or something he made like in a few days, whatever. And again, I just wrote it off, dude. So like twice my bias of like scam, internet money, fake shit. Like, I don't know, Bitcoin never had the greatest reputations, did it? With like fucking Silk Road and all that sort of shit, right? It was like, if you were listening to MSM back in those days, like mainstream normal people, like kind of, even though I wasn't mainstream normal, but weren't really paying much attention to crypto. So I wasn't going to miss out this time. You know, this was the one when I was like, and my missus is like, oh, I'm just put 100K baht in some crypto. She bought like loads of BNB at like $50, right? She put like 100K baht in, like what, $2,500 or something, just over. And I was like, fuck it, right. She's gone in, fuck it, I'm bailing in. And then I just did some research, and that too long I spent on the research, but then I did the usuals, Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP, DAR. Then I bought Lincoln Dot. Then I started just fucking, right, going all in on Degen shit, like fucking BSC coins, fucking flipping them on PancakeSwap, like on fucking Dex Tools charts, on the fucking 1 and 3 minuters. Just fucking, you know what it's like, dude, when you got to make a living, right?
Yeah, dude, that's like that you just said, like the exact route like everybody goes, I think. Like with buying Chainlink and everything.
Bro, was it your space when I explained, like, literally the only fucking reason I called Lincoln Dot Tops was to put and pay the mortgage. I had zero left, dude, right? I'd been in like crypto for a while. All my money was in crypto, and basically I had to like sell something, right, to be able to pay it. And Lincoln Dot were on my Thai exchange, and I mean, they were fucking pumping. Like what, late April or whatever it was, like 40 odd bucks or something. I was going to pay the mortgage for May, and that's the only fucking reason, dude. I sold them, and I'm like, wow. But I remember, like when I first invested, I got like a cheeky little 3x on XRP quite quick. Like I had some nice little like gains back in the early days. Like it seemed to be easy at first, you know. It's fucking not the wizard.
Yeah, but what like really like caught my attention was one, staking was a new concept to me. That was pretty cool. But like what really got me is like so when I'm this maybe couple. Well, this is DeFi summer, right? Like I was saying, there's this coin that came out which was RFI reflection, and it was the first token to do the reflection mechanism where you turn the slippage up, and some of the transaction gets split and airdropped in everyone's wallet, right? So that's what I mean by programmable money. I was like, because you could just buy this token, look at it in your wallet, and see more just getting airdropped in every time a transaction happens. That I got 100x on that token. Got it at 0.003. It went to $3. I ended up selling it at like 148 or something because I was like new, but like yes, it like it's just changed my perspective on things, and yeah, crypto can teach you a lot. It's pretty fascinating.
Honestly, crypto is a great teacher. You know, everybody in the outside thinks we're just shit posting every day and, you know, wasting money on animal tokens. And that's true. But at the same time, we're so much far ahead of the curve, you know, with learning all this new tech, you know, working with, you know, people across the whole globe for a common goal. I mean, it's insane.
Bro, it's magical, honest to God. Even this shit like with the DAO stuff, man. I just feel like I'm playing with like technology from the future, you know. Me, pleb, like, and us, our little gang, like, you know, doing what we're doing, the NFTs, etc., like, gonna run a business out of it, like, and make a success of it. Dude, it's enabling us and empowering us like greater than anything in fucking history. And if people haven't played around with DAO and figured out just how important and crucial this is moving forward, even if somebody starts copying pasta on other chains, as you know, or as Finn likes to say, enterprise, beats it hands down, whatever. But man, it's like you're from the future. Still crypto now, man. And it's fucking changing every day, right?
Yeah, and I've never experienced such an awesome community as crypto has. It's wild.
Totally. I mean, every day I wake up and I'm wondering why the hell can't I find like people in the real world like this, you know, next door. It's crazy. Like, it's such an amazing community, and I wake up every day and I'm like, wow, what a great day to kill it, you know, to fucking grind on it.
Yeah, that just shows you how like early we are, right? Like, it's crazy how if you were to talk to a random person on the street, they would have no idea what DeFi is.
And they would probably kill you if they knew how much money you were making.
Fact, right? Yeah.
And you know, make so smelly memes alongside it and have so much fun while they're working.
Okay, that settles it. I'm gonna move back in with my parents.
Good choice, man.
Right, I've got an update here, guys, on DAO, on NFTs, on the exclusive one-on-one for Sen. Right, I didn't realise, but we just put the prop up. We managed to execute it with 5 of 6 votes, right? However, I never realised that the transaction itself, even though you've executed the kind of prop, that NFT is still not going to show Sen for 23 hours. It's got like a little clock ticking down on it. I didn't realize that. I thought it was like instantaneous, but it's not. Do you know what I mean? It executes, but like.
Well, the gestures all counts, you know, and it will be there.
Yes. So on, by the way, you can't send it to a validator address, by the way, but I did send it to the White Whale Treasury for safekeeping for now, bro.
Yeah. That's good.
So, congratulations, Ambedo. This is like, again, another first, like, dude, because we, you know, Jacob hasn't got it there. We can't send it. So this is our first one. So Ambedo, well done, son. You're in the history books, kid. Same with Nixon with the audio NFT. Don't know if anybody knows, but we uploaded the first audio NFT to DAO yesterday. I thought it was to Juno, but then I found out Sky Monks did some on loop, and I didn't realise. So, but anyway, we've got the claim to fame of the first like exclusive podcast NFT for Sen, and then we've got the audio. Fucking RAC FM making waves, man. And this has been a great show tonight, Bruce, hasn't it?
Absolutely, I'm learning so many new words. I fucking love it. And also, it's nice to talk with Sencom, the dude who built the tool that stabbed Raccoon. But like, it's really nice that there's all water under the bridge, man. He got a good DeFi brain. I love this space.
Yeah, man. I'll be honest with you. That was one of the things that about the hacks. Like, at first, I was like pissed off, like just pissed off it was done. But then Moll's attitude was like just first class. He's like, bro, our fucking code. We wrote the code. Like, the book stops with us. Like, just total and utter, like, hey, we're shutting it down. We're going back. Like, you know, I think that you guys reached out, Sen, or they reached out to you or whatever, right?
I don't know. I think I don't know who reached out. There were some smelly comments on Twitter, and I don't know if it's been you or us to reach out. But anyway, so since you're deploying contracts on Megaloo, that means we're officially, you know, partnered up, if you want it or not. So,
oh, bro,
if you ever need help, yeah, it is what it is. And nobody's
probably even went and peeped the RAC FM official banner today. So, guys, if you haven't looked, Brasco did a banner upgrade, and then we got a nice little sponsor for tonight. So yeah, peep the banner and have a look, and you'll see. Said man, I'm telling you now. Imagine if we were deployed on like 5, 6, 7, 8 chains, and that happened. That was the best thing that could have ever happened to raccoons. That you know that, yeah.
I can imagine, and happy to help you on this. We got this. I'm telling you guys here this. So back in the days, like almost a year ago, we had this white whale vision of becoming interchain protocol and deploying on different chains, and we did. We're live on 5 chains. We got the DEX, the flash loans everywhere, and we're building this out for more. But now with Migaloo, we're building a freaking army, a whole army of teams conquering the cosmos, building cross-chain applications. We got Backbone Labs, we got Eris, we got Black Panther. Raccoon I'm gonna lose my money on all the chains now. It's freaking amazing.
Oh, I like it, bro. If you were to sum up, right, in like just a sentence or two, if you were to sum up what's the biggest differences between Migaloo and Juno as public permissionless SDK chains, what would you say is the biggest difference?
We have a core product.
It's that plain and simple, isn't it? I like it. That's exactly. Doesn't get any plainer and simpler, more accurate than that, like.
Yeah, I mean, we have the white whale protocol, and that's the flagship app of Migaloo. And tokenomics are built around this. Tokenomics are built around the Alliance module from Terra. So we have a clear direction where we want to go. It's not like, yeah, it's a permissionless chain, do whatever you like. I mean, you can, it's a permissionless chain, you can do whatever you like. But us, the white whale team, the teams building with us, we have a vision. We have a marching direction. Talking
about Terra, because I know you're ex-Terra guys, what about this Enterprise DAO? Because Finn never stops talking about Enterprise,
I am aware of this. I didn't have the chance to talk with them yet. I think someone else from our team did. It's quite a cool thing. It's like they're building Warp and Enterprise, which is like some kind of automation and DAO kind of thing. Haven't looked into it, to be frank, but I think they're doing a good job. The TFL is usually what they're touching is high quality typically. Like the new Station wallet, it's insanely nice. Alliance is freaking awesome. So I think Warp and Enterprise are going to be a success.
One of the things that amazes me is how like Terra and Terra 2, obviously, how they managed to just keep all those developers and like fucking loads of shit's being built over there. Like I get surprised because I don't spend a lot of time over there. Then when Finn like tells us about it, I'm like, fucking hell, man, there's a big team of devs over there saying still, right?
I'm telling you, one of the and I just learned this year, I think, one of the most important things in crypto right now, and I think it will be for the next couple of years, is community. Like you have a dedicated bunch of degens that just go all in no matter what. And I get the same vibes with the Raccoon guys. I have the same vibes with the Backbone Labs team, the white whale community as well. The Kujira community has a crazy army. And I think that's, for the next couple of years, one of the most important metrics for me. And that's why we keep building. These communities, they kind of flock together, in hard times, they get together, and now we did. Now we got Backbone Labs together with the Skeleton Punks, White Whale, the RAC guys, the crazy kids coming together.
Correct. And something as well, what accelerates this is when we see like what I call the higher ups, the upper echelons, in the like inclusions and informal systems, and you see all of the like backroom dealing and this one getting this payoff because of this and totally going against policies, like getting grants for work, but also getting like ICF delegations at the same time when it's like totally against the rules and policies. And it's like, dude, like when we see this kind of like stuff of like the higher ups, the upper echelons, I'll call them, right, in IBC, like just doing what the fuck they're like, shitting on people or dumping on people where they're like, and then the grassroots people come along and it completely changes the mindset. It's like, these are the guys I want to hang with. Fuck these other people. I've just got no time for them. I want to chill with like the cool kids,
Yeah, the crypto community grows like so organically. Like you really do have like such awesome characters. It's great.
Oh, bro, we have some shit with politics over here, though. I tell you, Don, man. Fucking, if I could make a recommendation to anybody, it'd be stay away from bloody governance. Once you get involved, it's like, oh, it's worse than like living with a wife who fucking hates you or something, isn't it? You know what I mean?
There's hardly anything worse than that. Might as well kill yourself. Or get a new wife, you know. Get a new wife, that's the option.
Yeah. Just say goodbye to half your bags and get a new wife. Yeah, why not?
And you know, the nice thing is you only need your ledger around your neck. That contains your bags already.
Or up your arse, like, what's he called? Bitlord. Remember that when he got raided off the cops and he shoved his 2 ledgers up his arse?
What the hell, dude?
That? Oh, bro, it was insane. They didn't even take his phone, man, and he was taking selfies in the lift going down with the cops and that. It was fucking brilliant. He's crazy, that kid, man. Fucking crazy.
Crazy kids, I'm telling you.
Well, I mean, if you've got a few million on a ledger and the cops are coming, I mean, you know, I'll be tempted.
Tempted? Well, bro, you wouldn't think twice, man.
I'd do it for 5k on a ledger, me. I don't give a fuck, and that's if the ledger was 3 foot wide.
I'm telling you guys, so the dildo of consequences rarely arrives looped. And I think that's a perfect example.
Oh, your man's got jokes as well. Oh my God, I wish Finn was here. He'd be cracking up right now. I can see the emojis kicking off. Fucking hell. Right, so Don, your spaces, yeah? We talked about this a little bit though on the unrecorded one the other day. How long you been doing these for, Don? Are your spaces since, is it just since Celsius or were you doing them before?
No, it started because of Celsius. Probably somewhere, I think about 8 months maybe.
Wow, okay, and you built up like quite a little, I'm not going to say a cult following, like, but you've got like a regular fucking audience in there, right?
Yep, absolutely. Yeah, we have a lot of regulars. A lot, yeah. We've all just bonded over a situation that we can only relate to ourselves, right? We're all going through the same type of loss in a way. We all got our money robbed from us. We all got rugged by CFI. So
and how did these like marathon like ones come around where like, you know, you'll go and have like an hour's sleep or something? I mean, obviously you've got like the third longest space ever at 44 hours, totally blitzed us, right? So can you explain, like, mate, like how did this marathon spaces come around?
Second longest spaces, first of all. But yeah, so what it was is when Celsius first froze the accounts and went into bankruptcy, they went radio silent, like for a good, I want to say 2 to 4 weeks, I would think. And so Twitter is where you get your news for crypto, like, yeah, for sure. So I was just, you know, looking on Twitter to see if I could find anything. And I saw someone holding a Celsius space, and it wasn't Celsius holding it. It was just the community member. And so I went in there, and like it was the first time we kind of got together and started discussing like, all right, we need to figure out what's going on. And like when our court dates were and stuff. So yeah, after that, it didn't happen again for like another couple of days or so. And so I decided to hold one. And when I did that, I didn't mean for it to turn into like a 24-hour thing. It was just how it worked was there's people all around the world in different locations in different time zones that got stuck in this. So like we would keep it going 24 hours because people would be popping in at all hours. And because it was such a big community and we just kept the information flowing because nobody knew what was going on. And yeah, it just became a thing. Like people literally got so close to the space that they listened to it going to bed, right?
It's almost like a necessity for people to be able to keep up with that news cycle 24/7. That's what we've been talking about, is like there's nowhere else like Twitter Spaces for 24/7 constant like news update. I mean, you can spin a space up in like what 10-15 seconds if you want, you know. It's really easy, like.
Right. You're seeing news in real time. You're getting news on here before it hits the news stations. Like, it's incredible.
Well, look at the FTX hack weekend. I mean, that's when we did our 35-hour one, right? Which obviously pales, you know, into insignificance compared to yours. But hey, Sen, what do you think about that, dude? Second longest space ever at 44 hours continuously, Sen. That's crazy, isn't it?
It's freaking insane. Did you guys do this?
Don did a 44-hour one. We did a 35-hour.
That's really big dick energy.
The person who has the longest space was 81 hours.
Probably also has the longest, you know, whale.
Longest King Kong schlong, long dongs. I have no idea though, because you know, as you know, you can have obviously a couple of co-hosts, right? But the very fact that there's only one host, and it is solely dependent, like on that person, like not rugging or their device running out, or but I mean, 81 hours, you've got to have like multiple devices. You couldn't keep one device going. You'd have to be switching between like tablet and phone, but keeping the same space, you know. Fucking not easy, that.
It's called the juggle, the Twitter juggle.
I wonder what Don's sleep was like. Was it just like a couple hours, Don, or did you have like a proper batch, like a stint?
During that 44-hour period?
Yeah. How much sleep did you manage to get?
I didn't sleep.
Fucking what?
That that was like probably like that was when like we're most active trying to get involved in like making a plan for Celsius, and just so much was going on that like new information was coming out constantly, and you had the groups were large for 24-hour periods, so I would just keep it going. And sometimes, yeah, I just ended up like forgetting about time, essentially.
Fucking hell, bro, that's insane. And I bet you's never got bored either. I bet you know when the Celsius thing was kicking off, right?
That's the thing, yeah. It wasn't something I needed to do. It was something I wanted to be doing, right?
Well, bro, that's how ours kind of started. So it was kind of mad. And I'm glad you mentioned about the time zones, because that's something that like RAC FM, like what we did like straight away a couple of weeks ago when we got serious was like, right, you know, Asia, Europe, East Coast USA, like West Coast USA, right? Okay, we've got like now a little global like ring where we, you know, we're not that many hours behind each other. And you need that, right, bro? But ours came about literally. Gainsey's like, should I put a foot for the culture on? I'm on night shift. I'm like, yeah, come on, dude, I'll help co-host. We jumped in. We were in about 15 minutes. A few people came up, right? And then the FTX hack started like happening. The wallet started getting drained. And none of them knew it was on. And I was on the tablet as well as talking to them on the phone. And I'm like, fuck, dudes, you're not going to believe this. And I just started like reporting the news. And then I was like, right, I'll be back in a bit. And they're just chatting shit about loads of stuff. And then I come back in with more news, and it just grew, dude, from there. Like, we ended up getting a fair few fucking listeners and that. I think we had like about 18 co-hosts or something to get us through. Don, you should have screenshotted your stats. Have you got a screenshot of them, have you? You'll have to screenshot that forever. I'd have that up on the wall if I were you.
Yeah, I can do that. Yeah, no, yeah, I've had a bunch of co-hosts along the way. They're all great, though. I want to go get my stats.
Oh, dude, you got a solid crew. Anyway, I wanted to find out if Brucey had anything to ask. But guys, I have sent a couple of invites. If anybody's got any questions, if these guys wouldn't mind, they've been fantastic guests for tonight. I must say, I've really enjoyed the crack tonight. Like, totally fucking cool as fuck. 2 hours is like bang, nearly gone, you know. If anyone's got a question though, guys, put up a request. We'll bring you straight up and ask your question, whatever you want. Hey, you got 2 DeFi Degens here. I can see we've got Donna, Kryptonian. Oh, Joe's just joined us. But we've got Spitter Dare, we've got Sasha, Mr. Fox. There's loads of yous in here tonight. Do you want to come up?
I got a question.
Hey, go ahead, Bruce.
Yeah, man. So I would just like to hear, what are your guys' top 2 coins at the moment? Top 2 projects you're most excited for, except your own Sencom. And if DeFi Don goes first.
I would say Sunny and Mayor Finance. Sunny Finance and Mayor Finance.
And
Sunny,
if you just could give like a quick why.
why? Because their community is true degens, and they're actually sticking around and partaking in governance and stuff. It's just a small community, but real DeFi degens. And they're the lending borrowing protocols, and they're earning me a lot of yield, and just really user friendly UI and great tokenomics. Really is what it is.
Don, do you think there's more to come out of Carver though, dude? More players like this. If like you were early on these, we're late, but do you think other stuff will come out?
Oh yeah, I think Carver's going to attract a lot more liquidity than people are expecting. Uniswap is integrating Carver, so that'll do some damage for sure.
Well, the battle of Cosmos EVMs continues, right?
Right. Yeah. Honestly, Kava looks like a pretty good, not financial advice, but it could be a pretty good buy. It's got a low supply, and it's not even $1 billion market cap. It's like 500. I think it's like 400,000. I mean, 400 million.
What's its FDV again? Do we know? On that, I've never checked. I would have to go and have a look at that again.
I think all of its tokens are out, so it would be. Yeah, it is. It'd be around roughly 400 million. Yeah.
Aye, okay. So there's no unlocks, there's no dumps, unlike some other things. I'll tell you what, like Brian's got me kind of fucking bullish on Carver, like, because I mean the guy's proper serious, you know, and he's responsible for a lot of what's, well, not him, but the company's responsible for a lot of stuff like going on over there, like the drives and that, you know. And you know, a lot of the time you back like people and that, you know. And last night he's like, you don't even know half the stuff that's about to come out, you know.
Yeah. Yeah. I believe it is in the first week of Kava. I mean, Mayor launching on Kava. Cosmos did 8x the transactions it did the prior week.
Yeah, that number was crazy. I saw that. I was in disbelief at that.
I know.
But then it kind of made sense, actually. Yeah, dude, I think there's a lot of us over here, though. Unfortunately, we've had like a lot of validators to listen to, you know. So, like, you know, Carver's always had like a bit of a dirty name as its blockchain itself. But that doesn't mean that to say there's not shit hot protocols like building on top of it, you know?
Right. Yeah. See, I didn't really even know anything about Kava before I jumped on Mayor and Vera. What it was is it's the same devs as Sunny Finance. The UIs are literally the same, and
Andre Cronky. Yeah.
Yeah. And the whole setup is the same. Like the DEX goes along with the lending and borrowing protocol. Like, so if you're staking Mayor, you're earning 80% of the Vera protocol fees. So like it's kind of like and lenders get paid by borrowers get paid by lenders. So it's real yield. It's that's what's amazing. And they add the block emissions as the extra incentive.
Yeah, dude, when you said it was Andre Cronje, I was like, I don't know, fucking hell, you pay attention there. Is he actually like named on the project, or is he doing it under like a non-account or what?
Yeah, they state his name in the white paper. His name's on the white paper.
Oh well, yeah.
Like
He's got on the project.
They got a section about his vision for it.
Oh, the man's a genius.
Dude, he's a genius. Everything he touches seems to turn to gold.
Yeah, it was a bit weird when he stepped away. That was a bit of a weird moment. And then you saw what like happened with Danny. That was a bit of like a fucked up time we went through there, right? With fucking Orm and all that shit.
Yeah. He built a lot of shit. Like Phantom, right?
Oh, dude, he's the mastermind behind it, and a few other things and all. The fucking swap, the swap was him as well, wasn't it? Brucey, did you get your answer? Then are you going to go and buy some coins?
I got liquidity. Yeah, I just need to like quit the lease on my apartment in the city, and then I'm good to go, man. So I just want to hear from Sencom also what his top 2 choices are, except anything Migaloo.
Well, I'm gonna tell you the Migaloo shit anyways, even though you don't want to hear it. So obviously, Whale. I mean, we've been building for a long time now in the shadows. Product just launched, chain. We got so many cool people working with us. And I think the market cap is below $1 million right now. So let that sink in. Not financial advice. But outside of Whale, my top 2 projects. I know this is a Cosmos space, so people won't like it. It's 1 Chainlink and 2 ETH. Those are my top 2 picks.
Oh, bro, we're not Cosmos spaces. We're anything you want spaces, us, man.
Well, anything you want space, then I stay by my word. It's Link and ETH.
Are you into Link because Timmy brainwashed you or what?
I brainwashed Timmy.
Oh, you did. So you're responsible for the last 18 months that we've had of getting Chainlink rammed down our throat every day.
Nah. So actually, the funny story is, Timmy was shit posting some 4chan-ish biz meme about Link, and I knew it. So I reached out to him. I know this. Stop this shit. We're not doing this. I was like, oh man. And then we became friends. That's I think more than a year ago.
Oh, he's one of the original Link Marines. Oh, sorry, Don. I'm just saying Timmy's one of the original Link Marines out of the IBC crew. I was just going to go on, Don, yeah?
Nothing. I was just going to say you can never go wrong with ETH.
Correct. I think it's probably a far more valuable asset than bloody Bitcoin.
Well, I think you in the bear market, if you just buy Bitcoin, ETH, and Link, I think you will outperform 90% of all venture funds and all day traders and all degen gambler swing traders. I'm not saying, if you know your shit, you shouldn't, trade or DeFi gamble or what. But if you don't know your shit, and if you're not financial advice, I think if you just buy those 3, spot 1/3 each, you're going to outperform 90% of everybody in the space.
Bro, I'd be honest with you guys here, right? I mentioned about my wife before, right? I'll tell you now. I was trying to be a fucking Degen, flipping stuff on a 2x or a fucking 3x, right? Thinking I was clever and trying to search out for new stuff. And me missus just bought a shitload of coins, cheap as fuck, BNB, Nia, Secret. She bought Secret as well, funny enough, because it was one of the ones on the exchange she liked the sound of. That's what she said. I like the sound of it. Crypto and it's a secret. Sounds good to me. She bought it nothing as well. And just sat on it and did far better than me. She literally 10x'd me just sitting on and doing nothing and letting me flap around like an idiot for a few months. BNB, I think about 45 to 50 she started buying and started shipping the lot at the top,
Dude, you're a lucky man to have such a wife.
Not now, dude. It's fucked off. We bought her a house so that she wouldn't kill me, dude, and she lives in it now, a nice little castle. Robo's spint again. Robo's back down to 4 figures again.
Oh, the ride never ends. Enjoy it.
Oh, bro, man. I've been through the longest divorce in history right there, man. It took over a year and a half.
Everybody in the group chat knew about it, man.
Somebody
we were hoping every time you had to go down to sign the papers, man, we were betting on if you actually would get them signed or
Oh, it was the greatest thing. Somebody from the group chat lives here in Bangkok, right? A mate of mine, and his nickname on Twitter is called Sin City. And I said to me missus, I said, oh, Sin City's going to come as the witness. And we went there, and me fucking missus, man, she wasn't even thinking, right? Well, my ex, she wasn't even thinking, and she told the woman, like the registrar woman, that his name was Sin City. And I'm like, she's like, oh, has he got his ID? Like, I said, who? Simon. She's like, no, Sin City. And I'm like, oh, Jesus Christ. Yeah, she had it on the forms and everything, the witness forms. I'm like, oh, fucking hell. Darling, you better get a fresh copy. Like, proper embarrassing moment. Never mind. Robo's divorce story. Nobody wants to know anymore, Bruce. Stop me.
I will.
I tell you,
I don't know if can we get anybody got questions, guys, from the audience?
Well, Ben's going to be like, close it down. You know what he's like. I wonder, though, if Migaloo's been in touch with Coinlanding.page. Then come, Coinlanding.page down there in the chat.
No, I don't think so.
Oh, he's building something, and he's like one of the biggest shillers out there, dude.
He's coming up now.
He loves to. Oh, he's not, is he? Fuck, we nearly got away there, Yet, never mind. He'll tell you what he's building, but he's going to take the opportunity to speak to any project he can, like the little pleb.
I have been summoned.
Go ahead, I'm curious.
Yeah, no, well, I haven't contacted White Whale yet, but so Coinlanding.page is an effort to make the Cosmos more discoverable and to inspire top-notch web design. If you got time, I would really appreciate you go over to Coinlanding.page and look for the submit form to submit some data on White Whale, and then we'll get you up in the directory.
Shameless chilling. Lovely.
Well, hey,
Actually, went through.
gotta hustle.
went through
Honestly, it's not my best day, but I'm doing my best here.
I actually went through the Migaloo paperwork documentation today. I was having a bit sniff around. I might have a bit of a delve in there and might think about doing a little write-up. Like, I might have to be in touch for any public comments,
My DMs are always open for the smelly friends.
But RACs are going to have to get on there. We're going to have to sort our shit out. We've got bloody mediums coming out of our arses. I think we've got about 10 between me and them. Got a right little stash of information we have. RAC FM's going to need a landing page anyway.
That's true.
100%. And I'm doing a little bit more at the moment than just making a platform and collecting data, because I really want to push like a more beautiful web within the ecosystem. At the moment, I'm actually helping DAO create a nicer landing page, as well as Noble.
Oh, interesting. Man's getting himself all over, isn't he, Bruce? He's got his little fat fingers in many little pies, hasn't he?
Oh, big, he got fat fingers, not little fingers. That dude, man. They're long and they're grabby, and when you sleep, they're gonna crawl in your window like Slender Man and fucking pick your nose. And then he's gonna leave a little message. Go, remember to check out Coinlanding.page. Nah, he's everywhere.
Yeah, dude, the hustle is real, man. I'm at the moment I'm a little bit low energy because like it's such a struggle, man, to get in contact with these teams and to get things moving. And I'm doing everything on my own, so it's a little bit of a
Bro,
hustle drains your energy. Holy shit.
I got a good suggestion. You can make a landing page for your Coinlanding.page. Maybe that will help spread the information.
Yeah, I don't know.
Can I guys give you a little bit of alpha here? You like alpha?
Sorry?
What's the end of the space?
Oh, of course, dude. Drop some alpha. Go on.
Most definitely.
Okay, so the alpha is I'm just coordinating with the PR team on the side, and we're gonna launch the airdrop for Atom stakers and Condex stakers, like within the next, I don't know, half hour ish.
Oh.
Then you can go to Migaloo to airdrop.migaloo.zone/Migaloo and claim your sweet whales and liquid stake them or send them to any other chain we're on and dump them. It's all yours then.
Oh, I hope
Yeah,
Finn doesn't mind. Just remind. Oh, sorry. Go on Coinlanding.page because this is really important.
Can we tweet about it?
Well, it's not live yet, so there's nothing to do yet. But I
Coming
just said
soon.
it, and you can do whatever you like with it. But the airdrop is live when it's live, and it's, I hope, in the next 30 minutes or something.
You heard it here
If it's
first.
30 minutes of attention that I can get, that's good enough for me.
Well, we'll be doing a follow-up show like we always do, an unrecorded follow-up show, because obviously Finn's grabbed this one, yeah, and it'll be on, guys, within like 48 hours. Finn's really good at this. There'll be a full, like, proper edited show with our song track on at the beginning. You'll hear, like, the audience clapping and laughing and shit like that, right? He produces them properly. But it'll be on RAC FM. Just put in RAC FM, either Google Podcasts, iTunes, or Spotify. Or, if you want to get all the proper shit, go over to turtlespaces.org/rac-fm, and you're going to see them all over there first and anyway, and like most of the artwork. But Finn will not mind, guys. I heard one of you mention this earlier, but not properly, and it was a topic we wanted to touch on, and this will be the last thing, if you don't mind. You just give me a short opinion. Right, liquid staking derivatives. On one hand, I've got people saying, oh, it's going to be the greatest thing ever, blah, blah, blah. And then on the other hand, people are saying, oh, this is just like Degen shit that like general plebs shouldn't be given like access to, like they don't understand like what a Degen plate is. There seems to be a split on LSDs and stuff, yeah. Generally speaking, I mean, I'll go to you first, Sen, I know, because you're involved in shit like this, right? What's your opinion on LSDs? I mean, are they the future, or do they carry problems as well?
Sure, they do carry problems, but it's a tool like a hammer, and if you know how to use it, you can do great things with it. And if you're dumb, you're gonna get a thick thumb. So it's really I think with liquid staking, you shouldn't overdo it. Like liquid stake and then liquid stake the liquid staking token and then liquid stake the liquid staking token. I think sooner or later you add up risk and that's gonna blow up. But doing it once or twice, when it makes sense, is a great thing. And just as an example, so we with White Whale and Miguel, we're utilizing liquid staking tokens for a very specific purpose. Namely, we have this chain, you stake your whale, and you got this alliance type of thing where you stake whale, you earn Atom, you stake whale, you earn Luna, Injective, Comdex. That's gonna be live like in the next coming month or two. And you get whale inflation on top, and then you combine this in a liquid staking token that earns you whale inflation and this basket of assets, and then you can move the liquid staked whale to any of our satellite markets and earn the real yield on top. So you have like an Apex asset that earns you, like whale asset earns you the whole cosmos, and then you move it to the satellite markets and earn real yield on top. So that's a good use case, because now we can secure the chain with most whale stake, and at the same time distribute our revenue from the satellite markets to the whale stakers, depending on where they stake to which satellite market. And these kind of things that will be live in the next, let's say, 1 to 3 months. And that's going to be freaking exciting. And I think that's a use case and where liquid staking tokens are great. But then, adding layers and layers on top, I think you need to be careful with that.
Fucking interesting, dude. I fucking could listen to you all day, so fucking right I could. I tell you could sing the phone book and I'll be there. I tell you, what do you reckon, Don? You heard that, yeah? Interesting stuff. But what about LSDs? Any opinions? Like them, love them, hate them?
Yeah, I agree with everything he said. I think it's a great tool that you can use the value of your money without selling it, right? Like the value of your asset anyways. And you can double up on the yield. So yeah, it's one of the best tools in DeFi, really.
Have you looked at those sommelier vaults and stuff like Don, that they've tried to like? Yeah.
I was actually when they were on Ethereum, I was getting a 20% yield on my stable coins over there. It was great. and it was awesome actually too, because I earned it the yield in Somalia, and it ended up doing like a 2x, I believe. So yeah, everything I earned doubled.
Oh, he's a right Degen, isn't he? We picked the right two people for tonight, Brucey, didn't we?
Absolutely, man. Talking about degenerates. That's perfect.
Yeah, but what's cool about the liquid staking is, so here's an example of one of the things I did with it. This is on Ethereum though. So I took an Ethereum, staked it on Lido for a 5% APY, brought it over to Balancer, deposited it into LPs, earning, it's a variable rate, so it's 7 to 13% APY. And then I bring it over to Aura Finance and stake it there, and earn a 10% yield. So I'm earning 3 different yields on 3 different platforms with 1 Ethereum.
They're the fucking strategies, man. They're the badass boys. That's what people came for tonight. Looping, right? There's some nice little strategies looping if you've got the balls and shit, right?
Yeah, it's looping and protocol hopping, and you can earn some very nice yields by doing so. And you're also hedging in a way, because you're earning 3 different types of tokens. So yeah, liquid staking is a beautiful thing.
Well, I'm glad I remembered to ask you about that, because I heard someone say like LSDs earlier, and I was like, oh, that was one of the fun things I meant to think of like that. Well, it was on the list to talk about, but honest to God, gentlemen, this has been absolutely class. I mean, dogs are going mad outside if you can hear them, sorry. This has been absolutely brilliant, and we've been talking about this, guys, you know. We are trying to create like a little bit of kind of like, not regular programming. But what we were thinking about is, because we did try, guys, I'll be upfront, we did try to get 3 people on tonight, you 2 and someone else. That person's kind of ghosting us at the minute for whatever reason, but it would have been great to get them on. I'm trying to think of another good like DeFi foil, but maybe we were talking, maybe if you guys would be willing, like maybe like once a month or something, we could like do this on a Friday, or even like a different day, if that would be better. But just maybe if we can add like 1 or 2 others who were on like the cutting edge of DeFi and shit. And I mean, Sen's, involved in like the building of a chain and the deploying of the protocols on the chain. And I mean, this is like really good. Bruce, this has been one of my favorites. Like tonight, this is what I would regard as a special, not like a weekly normal Friday show, right? It's been a fucking belter tonight.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. Like, I'm really feeling inspired, or starting to feel some aspirations. Because my ride in crypto has been emotional. Let's say that it's been fucking hard, but I'm glad I'm here, right? And it's all lessons, right? And if that money I've lost was the ticket, or the price of the ticket to get here, then be it, man. I'm happy to be here. So thank you guys for all the inspiration, man. I'm gonna start to look into some stuff, and I'm actually not joking about fucking moving back to my parents, because I think we're gonna hit a bull run very soon, man. And I want to have some huge bags that's gonna match.
Real quick, guys, I need to interrupt the emotional talk here. The airdrop is live.
Oh, boom, there you go, Coinlanding.page. Tweet your heart out, bro. Guys, if you've got Atom or Comdex staked, or you did have on the snapshot date. When was the snapshot date?
I think it was on Monday. I think Comdex on Monday and Atom on Tuesday.
Look at that, man. If you even just staked it, guys, over those days, bang, you'd have had an airdrop by now.
Robo,
never
way ahead of you, man. Already made that tweet.
Hey, it's been brilliant, and I can't wait for Sen or the Migaloo chain, hopefully, to tweet out that NFT tomorrow. I mean, I'll send you the original one, Sen, if you wanted to put up the picture. But like, if you want to wait for that NFT clearing and actually like show it in the treasury, that would be awesome. But such a privilege for us to be able to do that and kick off like what's going to be like what I regard as like a serious partnership. None of us are fucking around. We know in the future, like, we're going to be able to do some good shit together. That's a simple fact of life, and we bring like good branding, we bring fun times, and we're trying to do things, we're trying to build. So yeah, dude, great night tonight.
Totally. Thanks for having me.
Yeah,
and
thanks
great
for
talking
having
to
me.
you guys. Great chat with you, Don. Hope to talk with you again and learn the latest strategies.
Absolutely. Hope to hear from you soon.
Yeah, we'll get Don and you back on again in about a month, right? We'll try and get it because we've got the NFT roundtable bi-monthly. This will be a lovely little like monthly update or something like that, Don. Yeah, so we'll pencil it in, dude. Oh, just before we go, Sheldon's jumped up. Sheldon's works for Near. I don't know if you know him, Sen. I think Don does from the rooms. Great guy. Hello, Sheldon.
Hey, sorry to be hangers on there for a minute. I was just filling out the Coinlanding.page. I realized I hadn't done one for Octopus, so I went ahead and filled that out. But yeah, I got to go check out this Migaloo thing. Like, I've been staking at him for a long time, so I definitely got to go catch up on that.
Nice, thanks.
Yeah, appreciate the heads up there. Absolutely.
And Sheldon, you saw obviously the upgrade went through the other day on the hub, yeah?
I did. I gave it a kind of like the one candle in the air, wee, and back to work kind of thing. Like I notified my work of it. I was like, yay, and then yeah, as you were. But, yeah.
But interchain accounts mean outposts, right?
I haven't done the sufficient homework to speak on it adequately, I would say, but yeah, I am looking forward to interchain accounts, but there's not necessarily drawbacks for that. It's just there's a lot of confusion about account abstraction right now. Flo was bragging about account abstraction recently. I'm not trying to get too caught up because I'm not doing a good job sort of like surveying the landscape like I normally would. Moving to Bali has been great. I have been jet lagged for 5 days now, and I'm really tired. So I think I'm just getting out of that and going back to normal, hopefully tomorrow. And yeah, I got plenty to catch up on.
Oh, bro, you need to go to my favorite little place, Restaurant 96, isn't it? Restaurant 96, and you want to get there, especially when you're hungover, get the chicken salad and a bintang. Oh, brother, I'll tell you what, this chicken salad, I'll tell you what, dude, it will cure cancer. It'll bring you right back to life. You wouldn't believe it, mate. It's unbelievable. I thought literally I was just going to be in the grave, dude, and then I've had this chicken salad, man, and what they call again, a lassi. Oh, dude, they've got the best lassies in Bali. 96 it's called, because I think it's on Street 96 or something. Just stuff like, you've got to look for it. Like, you'll not find it easy. It's not on the main drag. Where are you? Kuta, yeah?
I'm starting in Kanggu, so yeah, it's a big tourist area, and I'm just getting used to the motorbikes being all over the place. I've never driven on the left side of the road, so that's what's next for me. But there is a bubbling crypto community here. I make sure to ask every person I bump into, who I'm doing a transaction with, do you accept Bitcoin? Everybody says no, but most people know what Bitcoin is. Not everybody does, so. It's nice to feel that like fresh impact of walking around with something basic. And that's not to say that they should necessarily buy Bitcoin or that I'm a maximalist. I'm certainly not. But it's just an easy way to start. The odds of me finding someone who accepts Bitcoin for payment is, I think, higher than finding someone who accepts Ethereum, for example. So, yeah, that's been fun. But yeah, I got to get to a food or something.
Bro, that's all right. Guys, we've got to wind it up because I'm getting messages off Finn. It's like 2:20 and that's his limit. And he's going to kick us off. But Sheldon, I want to give you a piece of advice. Jesus Christ, be careful in Bali on the roads with a bike. My goodness. A truck nearly wiped like me and a bird off a bike, man, on a cliff. Bro, one of the closest moments of my life. I swear to God, you've got to be really careful, especially when you go up on the northern road.
I'm walking. No, I'm walking. Not yet.
Be careful. Be very, very, very careful. Just stick in like your own little local area. Don't like take the big things on until you're proper ready, Anyway, guys, I wish we could go on. Sasha, I really apologise. I'm going to spin up one now on my own account anyway. Sasha, just after party, right, for the rest of the Degens who want to come up and speak, etc. A few people have DM me. So, guys, yeah, finally, I just want to wrap it all up. Sen, Don, you've been legends. We'll get in touch. Thank you very much for blessing RAC FM. It's been one of our best shows ever, and I'm going to wind it out now, right? So, cheers to Brucey as well for co-hosting. All right, lads?
It's the RAC show coming from the RAC store. With this back in the Mac in the back flow. Let's go, chillin' with raccoons by the back door. Take calls so you can stake more. All I wanna do is making dough, right? But I found this crew and doing alright. We RAC will bitch, ready to fight. So many raccoons ready for the boss life. I might fly high like a kite, right? But always ready for a shite for the right price. Raccoon supply has the right price, giving you respect if it's likewise. So I'm buying all the mean guys with the clean heart. Read between lies, laser beam through lean eyes. Warrior with clean lies, trash mouth, mean smile, be wise. NFT wise, fuck with these guys. It's the RAC rap from the back lab. 100 NFTs in my backpack. Crazy RAC rap from the stash app. RAC will take a lead in this haystack. It's the RAC rap from the back lab. 100 NFTs in my backpack. Crazy RAC back from the stash app. RAC will take a lead in this haystack. Blast that RAC rap from the stash app. Supplying the raccoons with a headbang rap. RAC gang with the RAC will slang like a trash can. Hoodie with fangs and a gold chain. It's either RAC will or the red pill. Best chill while we get into the first meal. Best feel, best devs with the best skill. No shill, all real, secret is a great deal. RAC will insane, Shane better stand fast. Robo shooting his tweets with straight facts. Knowledge from the street with the best plan yet. Winston gotta eat if you retweet that. Free alpha live feed from the base camp. McKenna always ready if you dare that. Buying all raccoons for his rare stash. Trash panda biker gang motherfucking hashtag. It's the RAC rap from the back lab. 100 NFTs in my backpack. Crazy RAC rap from the stash app. RAC will take a lead in this haystack. It's the RAC rap from the back lab. 100 NFTs in my backpack. Crazy RAC back from the stash app. RAC will take a lead in this haystack.
TerraSpaces.